just don't even want to listen to more people just saying the same thing. We know the NHS, you're not getting what you do. You're not. We need you NHS staff. We're sorry that your government are wankers. Celebrity gossip. What's going on? Is 6ix9ine a snitch? Yeah.
Let me ask you, what's the definition of a snitch?
You. Welcome to Fire Hot Topics. So we're going to catch up and see what is happening. So there's more drama with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on Oprah. Remarks on the baby's skin colour.
Concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
And
Who is having that conversation?
Like, in one aspect, it's like, okay, this is a really bad thing to them having a conversation. But on the other hand, I don't know, I feel like Oprah knows who said it, and I feel like this feels a little bit staged. I don't know, it might be the conspiracy theorist in me, but I don't know if I'm buying it. Yeah, I mean, that would be very damaging to the person who said that. But at the same time, playing devil's advocate, if any white guy married any black chick and there was possible racism in the family, seems like quite a normal conversation that would happen. Like, I don't know how bad the conversation would be. Like, people have different levels of racism, but I can imagine it would be something that would get said between brothers. I'm just assuming it was William who said it, but we don't actually know.
That your dad stopped taking your calls. Why did he stop taking your calls?
Because
I'm a boring prick.
I took matters into my own hands.
Prince Harry revealing all was not well during the royal exit.
I think everyone needs to have some compassion for them in that situation, right? There is a level of control by fear that has existed for generations.
During Harry and Meghan Markle's exclusive interview with Oprah Winfrey Sunday night, the Duke of Sussex opened up about their ongoing friction with the royal family.
You wanted freedom from that life. You wanted freedom to...
William is just jealous that Harry turned out to be the better looking one, really, because he went bald. What the hell happened? He was everyone's little childhood sweetheart, and then Ginger Harry came out of nowhere with his wild side and just is stealing the spotlight all over the place, isn't he? Don't even hear about Kate and the other guy, William.
Freedom to make your own money.
We didn't want to give up, or we didn't want to turn our backs on the associations and the people that we'd been supporting. I had 3 conversations with my grandmother and 2 conversations with my father before he stopped taking my calls, and then said, can you put this all in writing, what your plan is?
But when Prince Charles first learned of their plan to step away from royal duties, Harry said his dad's reaction sent a clear message.
So you just said that your dad stopped taking your calls. Why did he stop taking your calls?
Because I took matters by that point, I took matters into my own hands. It was like, I need to do this for my family. This is not a surprise to anybody. It's really sad that it's got to this point, but I've got to do something for my own mental health, for my wife's, and for Archie's as well, because I could see where this was headed.
I don't know if I buy it all. It just seems very convenient that they're talking about this when there's so much other stuff that's going on that people should be focused on, and I think it's a great way to divert a bit of attention, and because it's about the royal family, it makes it even that more juicy and scandalous. People are going to be tuning into it all over the place. But I feel like if they really did fear for themselves the way that they're claiming, they wouldn't be doing this interview with Oprah of all people. It's like, you're just trying to piss the Queen off. You go and see the blackest woman in the world, Oprah, who stands for black women's rights. Like, I'm gonna go and get Oprah on my side. You think Oprah's gonna take on the Queen? Me thinks not.
And I just didn't want to be alive anymore.
After single mums, I speak do feel like that. So if you had the Queen on your case, I'm sure it would increase those emotions. But everyone's forgetting Meghan Markle is like a Hollywood actress. She is a Hollywood actress. She was in Suits before she was ever in Suits. Just something to remember and consider. She might be going through it. If she is, you know, love and condolences to her. But she did know what she was marrying into. Come on. She knew who she was marrying and she knew what happened to his mother. She knew. She knew she was going into a family where her mother-in-law was not around. Why? Because of a massive conspiracy that the Queen killed her. What did she think? She was going to go in there as a black woman and revolutionise the royal family and be accepted? This isn't Hollywood. This is London, babe.
To go.
You're gonna have a daughter.
He wasn't going to receive security. This went on for the last few months of our pregnancy, where I'm going, hold on a second. It's like, no, because if he's not going to be a prince, it's like, okay, well, he needs to be safe. So we're not saying don't make him a prince.
I don't know how the royal family works, but I would assume that Charles loved his son. Maybe not. Maybe that's not how snakes do it. Must be a surprise for Meghan. But it's not like they're not rich enough to get bodyguards. It's not like they're short of a couple of quid, is it? She's black. She joined the royal family. I don't know what she expected. And they got 7 million. They got 7 million to do this. 7 million to do this interview. Would you take £7 million to slag off the Queen? I'm doing it for free. I don't think she realised who she was marrying. This is why you should always do background checks on your dates. Prophecy does tell us that the institutions that be will be destroyed. An interview like this seems like a perfect way to do that. I think Meghan is trying to align with her American counterparts. If you're going to get anyone on your side, it's going to be Oprah. She is friends with Bill Gates. Good for her. But I guess we're really going to see how far the Queen's arm does reach. Because if there are any repercussions from this, then they were telling the truth. If there are not any repercussions from this, then it's a diversion tactic. Celebrity news now. Rapper T.I and wife Tini from RNB Group Xscape are accused of sex trafficking. Trafficking. That's not good, isn't it? So this is on Instagram from the Glam University. The sad part about being a woman and being a black woman is this. The public praises our predators. At Troubleman31, you put a gun to my head in front of your children and I never called the police on you. But wow, she called him out on Instagram. It's so hard being the victim of rape and being painted as the reason it happened. Women need to be responsible for how they conduct themselves, how they carry themselves, who they hang around with, who their friends are, what kind of conversations they allow themselves in. And not just women, men as well. But with men, obviously, they kind of go off, well, they see something they like and they're going to pursue it. I guess to a degree that is a hormonal thing that happens in man for, allows the human race to continue to procreate. I think when it gets creepy is when the woman is not attracted to the man and the man is coming on to her. But this is a whole rape situation. It's not a fine line, it's a bloody thick line. It's a massive line. You just don't do it. You just don't treat people like that. T.I and Tamika Tiny Harris' former friend Sabrina Peterson is bringing the heat. That's why we got it on Hot Topics. After accusing the rap mogul of putting a gun to her head, the Glam University owner now suggests that T.I and the former Xscape singer drugged and seduced underage girls. Dozens of women have contacted Sabrina on social media with wild accusations that they were drugged and forced to have sexual relations with T.I, Tiny, and even their bodyguards and homies in hotel rooms. The rapper took to Instagram on Friday to address the sexual abuse allegations. It's been extremely difficult for me to remain quiet in light of all these things that have transpired.
Best thing they could do is get you for a defamation suit, drag you in court, make you pay their legal bills, but get you in court. Now, I mean, at this point, man, it's at the point where that don't even matter to me no more, okay? But that's the motive, that's the strategy, that's the intention. Say a whole bunch of false stuff about you that get people to believe and make them come out and say, they're a liar, they're a liar, they're a liar. And then they can say, see, they call me a liar. That's defamation. Then they drag you in court, get you under oath and all that. Because unfortunately right now, it doesn't matter as much what they can prove you did. It matters what you can prove you did. You know, women, black women in particular, should be supported, protected, defended, and uplifted. However, evil has no gender.
T.I is a married man who, him and his wife, like to sleep with people outside of their marriage. So we're now listening to someone who doesn't even treat his wife with the level of respect that a wife, should be. Most of us wouldn't like it. I don't know, there might be people who like swingers parties. I don't know, there's a load of people in this world who like to do all sexual things. But once you open yourself up into any direction that is outside of what people would class the norm, monogamous relationships, you want to sort of delve into this territory where you're having parties, where there are drugs, there are girls, there are men. Like little 15-year-olds go to people's houses and do this kind of thing all the time. In wild news, a stranded pilot whale rescued off the Dominican Republic. Having a whale of a time. I feel like that water was deep enough for the whale to swim. I feel like the whale was just loving the attention. Yeah, I think that whale was just having them on. But it does show that human beings, there is some good left in the world. And they got that whale back to his mum. International news. Hundreds have gathered in Asunción to protest about President Mario Abdo Benitez's handling of the COVID crisis. So are they upset because they want the vaccine? Give it to me! Give me the vaccine! To go to a massive crowded place where you could catch the virus and then be protesting for the virus, the vaccine, I think is stupid. Next to people like, breathing in their face, we want a vaccine. Give it to me, give me the vaccine. Mental. Just stay at home. Just stay at home and wait for your government to sort it out. Don't go to a crowded place and increase your chances of getting this virus that you want a vaccine for. Their president is actually trying to protect them. President Mario probably knows what's going on. He's like, we can only get 5,000. And they're like, no, we all want to be genetically modified. Give me the vaccine. Mammoth tusks of up to 40,000 years old discovered in Siberia. Look, hold the door open for him. That's how they carried them in. That's how they carried 40,000-year-old mammoth tusks into the museum. Like they're carrying a bed from IKEA. No respect. They're 40,000-year-old tusks. How do we know they are tusks? That just looks like That just looks like a branch. How much of these fossils are real? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Is this a real tusk? Or are they just pulling another fast one? You decide. Boring. Health news.
Kick in the teeth, that is what the British Medical Association has called the government's 1% pay rise offer for healthcare workers. It's something that health...
Yes, that is a kick in the teeth. 1% pay rise for NHS staff. Or maybe we could just keep clapping for them and our claps will turn to food and money to pay their bills. No? No, yeah. I think they deserve a bit more than 1%. You managed to get arenas full of TV screens for the Wrestling Federation. Yeah? Big screens everywhere. Zoom screens. So everyone can tune in to their favourite wrestlers. How much did that cost? You couldn't have given the NHS staff a little bit of that, no?
Yeah, NHS receiving an extra £500 million per year under the proposal. It would still likely result in a...
Yeah, 500 million. But there's about 500 million of them. You know how many people were NHS workers? That's like the only job at the moment.
Like the government's repeated promises of rewarding frontline staff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on. Before we listen to this drivel, yeah? Did they promise that they were going to sort the NHS out and they didn't do it? Are you surprised? Yeah? Remember when Brexit was going to happen? Oh, we're going to give all this money to the NHS. You won! You can leave. Next day, backtrack. Backwards man. Chat shit. They chat shit. They don't care about the NHS. They've all got private healthcare.
Our NHS is the beating heart of this country. It is important that we support our NHS and we will want to see our fantastic frontline workers paid properly.
We absolutely want to
The first thing the British public need to do is support his bloody hairdresser, not his, Boris's. Because what a nightmare. What a nightmare for that guy who has to cut Boris. He's like, oh please Boris, let's just try something different. He's like, no, just take the bare minimum off the end. No, I'm trying to grow it out. Boris Johnson is leading our country.
want to reward NHS staff for what they've done.
I will be making sure that we fight to have that fair reward.
I mean, I guess the government would have to prioritise, and I think nurses and the NHS in general is something that we should prioritise at this moment. And I do think they should probably receive more than 1%, but it's a symbolic rise. So
1%, you know, that's not going to have any impact on them. It just feels like a very weak offer from the government.
It's not right that, you know, there's all these companies that have made so much money off the back of the pandemic, and those who've been in the middle of it haven't done so well.
NHS is critically underfunded.
Just don't even want to listen to more people just saying the same thing. We know the NHS, you're not getting what you do. You're not. We need you NHS staff. We're sorry that your government are wankers. Celebrity gossip. What's going on? Is 6ix9ine a snitch? Yeah.
Let me ask them, what's the definition of a snitch?
You.
In this case, the definition, who rats out people that they were tight with, rats them out to law enforcement.
What's loyalty to you, Charles?
Loyalty would be that you don't snitch on the people closest to on your friends.
If another TMZ staff member kidnaps you, is that loyal to you? You're working right now. Harvey's stealing all of the money that you're making right now and gives you crumbs of it, but it's...
First of all, like, what's going on with his beard? Has he straightened it? Did he straighten his beard? Did he get some GHDs on there? Because it's really straight.
Taking majority of the money. Is that loyal to you? These are my people. Like, how many people I beefed with in 2018? I beefed with the whole West Coast. I beefed with...
He's definitely straightened that. You can see the dip. You can see the dip where he's got the clamp on there. So why is he doing that? Why does he have time to be straightening his beard? This is the questions we've got to ask ourselves, people.
Beef with Houston, I beefed with Chicago, did I ever get kidnapped by Chicago or Texas or West Coast? Did I ever get kidnapped by them, or I got kidnapped by my own people? What I did wasn't snitching. What I did was being smart and realize that God put me there to cut my grass so I can see the snakes in my grass.
Do you have concerns about your safety, even though you believe you didn't snitch?
This guy talking about snitches. He looks like the biggest snitch ever. He looks like he would snitch on a Karen.
The people that you did testify against, they may feel that you did. And do you have concerns about your safety? Because I've noticed the time that we've been talking to you, you look around a lot. You're looking around you a lot. And I'm just curious if you are concerned.
No, because I'm at Dunkin' Donuts and I really want to order my coffee. Look, I swear to God, I'm at Dunkin'.
So you're not worried about your safety.
No, I'm at Dunkin' Donuts. I really want to order my coffee and I'm like, damn, should I go to...
I think if you're in that kind of gang lifestyle, there is like an element of loyalty. You have to have an element of loyalty. And that means that even if you fall out with that person, you still have to remain loyal to them. I guess if you guys were together in some sort of nefarious projects that you shouldn't have been involved in, you both have information on each other. You're relying on each other, keeping your mouth shut. In this situation, he wasn't keeping his mouth shut to begin with because he was out there talking all this gang stuff that he didn't really have a clue about. 6ix9ine, don't try and play with the big boys and expect not to get burned. You pulled a Meghan Markle there. Meghan Markle is worse than 6ix9ine though, because she tried to take on the Queen and she owned her thing. In What the 5 news? Okay, when I was like 3 years old, I was in Santa Monica Beach, and it's probably one of my earliest memories, and it was someone who didn't have any arms and legs, just there doing their thing. Like, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But what I'm not all for is any woman being down on all fours. It's degrading. Regardless. You're down on the floor by people's dirty shoes on that grim carpet. Come on, man. She's cute though, isn't it? She's just still strutting along. You know how many freaks are going to be watching her? How many freaks are going to be in that crowd like, I would fuck her. This is grim. This is why the world's fucked. Things you can't unsee. I'll pray for you, boo-boo. I will pray for you. I changed What the 5 because that was actually a what the fuck. She gone to jail now. Woman drives in a crowd and runs over a man after being booted from a bar.
She going to jail. This is going to prison. This is the crazy shit right there. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? He did. Hold on. Get her from under there.
I don't want to say, I'm scared. She's trying to run.
What the fuck? What the fuck is going on?
Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. An altercation at Mount Pleasant bar led to chaos when police said a 33-year-old woman rammed her car into a group of people, trapping one man underneath. Don't drink and drive, people. Don't drink and ram your car into people as well. Not that I suggest drink and drive, but if you're going to do it, be discreet. Take your ass home, bitch. Is this pastor right? Missouri pastor says women need to work harder to look good for men. Not every woman can be the epic trophy wife like Melania Trump. Melania.
Why is it so many times that women, after they get married, let themselves go? Why is it? Why do they do that?
Says him in his bootcut jeans with his fat ass stomach and his massive shirt from Jumbo. This is who's telling us we need to work harder. Tumbleweeds.
Why is it? Why do they do that? Here's how way too many women are. I got him now. The chase is over. Hey, that's where you're wrong. The chase ain't never over. The chase ain't never over. And by God, if he don't love me the way I look now, he ought to look at his own spare tire in the mirror. Now look,
his wife must have really pissed him off.
Wife of all time. Look, I'm not saying every woman can be the epic trophy wife of all time, like Melania Trump. I'm not saying that at all. Now, most women can't be trophy wives, but you know, like her, maybe a participation trophy. I don't know, but all I can say is not everybody looks like that. Amen. Not everybody looks like that. But you don't need to look like a butch either. Hey, here's something you need to know. You need to know this. Men have a need for their women to look like women. Hey, sweatpants don't cut it all the time, huh? Wearing flip-flops and pajamas to Walmart, that ain't gonna work. Ain't nothing attractive about that. It ain't. And when men want their wives...
You should make an effort in how you present yourself. You don't have to be the most beautiful person in the world. You don't have to like wearing makeup. But nothing is stopping you from brushing your teeth, you know, just making sure your clothes are straightened, your hood is not all bunched up when you put your bag over it. Just general little small things that people can take their time with when they're getting dressed. Putting a nice outfit together, colour coordinating. I think these are nice things. I think they're nice things for people to do to have their own self-respect and to have a level of confidence and pride in how they present themselves. Because in this society, in this world with social media, I think it's like 0.0 of a second that you have to make an impression on someone in this fast-paced world. So you only have a second to make an impression. Visually, that means there should be some sort of presentation. It can't all be slapdash, especially when you're going for job interviews. There are occasions where you need to dress up. There are loads of occasions where you're in the house and you don't want to be dressed up. You want to wear your tracksuit bottoms.
I agree. I mean, look at me, man. I dress like a pirate. I get all the booty. All the booty.
That's, are you talking about treasure? Or are you talking about, like, gold and stuff?
Booty, man. I eat the booty like groceries.
Ew! Ew! That is the worst line in the history of making music. Eating the booty like groceries. What do you think about how women should dress?
A woman should look good, man. She should look tasty.
Sounds a bit sexist. I mean, you don't look like you're the most modern day dressed person that I've ever seen.
What are you talking about, man? This hook. Chicks dig it. Dig it. And I dig it with the hook.
Ew! I don't want to know about that. It's so gross. I feel like you need to have some etiquette classes and how to talk to a woman, and then maybe you'll meet a nice woman who doesn't act like a wench.
Don't diss the wenches. Wenches are fine and dandy.
Why are you Mexican anyway? I thought pirates were from the Caribbean.
I'm Mexican on my dad's side. My mom, she was a wench. My dad, he was a Mexican pirate. So now I'm a Mexican pirate. Arr!
Thank you. Thank you for your input.
No problem, man. Looking kind of fine yourself, huh?
Gross. Wild news now. Massive deep shark shark spotted. Massive deep sea shark spotted that's been alive for over 300 years.
Shark, over. Okay. Still in the belly. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Oh, wow. When she rolls over the. Oh, wow! My goodness. Where's my phone? Whoa. Look at the width of that thing. This is a monster. She is huge. And now she's belly side. I can't do anything. No. We're armed, but there was a young male that went away. Okay, she's not here now. Oh, there she is. Oh yeah, but I'm not going to shoot her. Oh my goodness! My goodness! That is amazing. She's gonna eat the gun. She's trying to. Whoa.
Damn, nature, you're scary.
Nice positioning. Quite a sub, Captain. This is fantastic. Wow, look at the size. I mean, this female, she's definitely bigger than the sub is long. Yeah. And she's coming back.
Is the laser on? Just false.
No.
I heard that the sea is salty from all of the tears of sharks that just want a hug. How do they know that it's been alive for 300 years? Like, how do they know that? They just see a massive shark. Now, you know 300 years. They just... How do they know? Does it prove that the megalodon and other massive sea creatures do exist? I don't know. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Is the Kraken real? Is Godzilla real? Is King Kong real? Lastly, we have out of this world news. Found a planet close to us with a day that lasts forever and an eternal night lit up by exploding volcanoes. Now, I'm not one that's read the Bible fully, but that pretty much does sound like heaven and hell to me, like on the same planet. Because I'm sure that like we're meant to be promised eternal life, and if you have a day that lasts forever, isn't that essentially eternal life? Do you think it's a real planet? Can we go there? Are they looking for these planets because they want to ship us all off to boarding camp? Is this planet doomed for destruction? Armageddon out of here. Over to Twitter now. Let's see what's trending. I think it says that a lot of people are infuriated over the fact that Harry and Meghan are speaking out rather than the actual institutional racism and literal bullying by the media. You can't control the narrative, like you can't control the paparazzi, you can't control what people print, and you can't control what people put on social media either. The royal family worried about Archie's skin colour when Prince Philip is purple. Are they his real hands? Are they his real hands? Is he just wearing a hand suit? I think he's just standing there with his reptilian hand. Oh, and his white hands. Oh, his big fat chubby blown up fingers. They look like prosthetics. Oh, Diana would have absolutely adored Meghan and she'd have been so proud of Harry. Do you have any stories that we should check out and we should review? If you have any links to anything, put them in the comments. Craziest, hottest, or even dullest stories. I don't mind. I've got opinions about everything. Love to the world. Peace out.